He doesn't buy nothing, Your Honor.
He doesn't know if he's the father.
That's not obvious to you?
You young people running around here having sex, I ain't never heard of such. Just get on the bus, going somewhere, next thing you know, you in somebody's apartment having sex. Who does that?
And she's married too, and she's still technically married now.
We can stop playing victim, though.
So I didn't show you the papers?
I got these papers.
Papers of what?
Her
Your Honor.
uploading pictures with the guy who is presumably, he could be the dad.
You are not the father.
What the? Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Calm down. Whoa. Review that. You say what?
Mr. Ham's confessions regarding Miss Davis's relationships are a testament that more than two guys are the likely fathers of her child.
And she's married too, and she's still technically married now. She's not divorced now, she's still technically married. And she had two boyfriends too. So this is why I'm in a point where, okay, this can't really be my child due to the fact that she had all these boyfriends, and then at the end of the day, I come find she's married too. So I don't know what to believe.
At some point after you're at this lake and you start talking, you have a sexual relationship.
Ma'am, she got in the car with me, and we left that same day, and we had unprotected sex that same day. We had sex that same day. And after we had sex that day, we was like peas, she was on my heels, we was together.
Judge Lauren has so many questions, and Miss Davis admits to many of the accusations. Plus, Mr. Ham ratted himself out.
There was another man that you did have a boyfriend.
I had a whole boyfriend.
And a husband.
Treated me
you
good.
also
Husband separated.
So wait, you had a husband you were separated from, and a boyfriend, and you slept with Mr. Ham on the second day?
Boyfriend legally separated. Second day, yes, I did sleep with him. Yes, I did.
Okay. So you do understand why Mr. Ham may have doubt?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
I do.
She already had boyfriends before she was even with me, and just like I say, when she get drunk, she's real sexual. When she get drunk, she gets so drunk that if she was drunk right now, she would be passed out sleeping on TV.
What's wrong with that?
I ain't gonna say we was boyfriend and girlfriend, because every time we tried to get serious or try to say, okay, well, you my girl, make a title for each other, it would always be something that stopped us, because with me being a player, I ain't gonna say being a player, with me being a man, and I like to talk to women.
This is what went down when Miss Davis discovered she was pregnant.
I called his phone and told him I was pregnant. He was at work. I went to his job, and man was talking about it. He was happy, excited. Yes, I did. Went to your job. He was happy, excited.
So you felt like his reaction was that of excitement?
He was gonna be there. He was gonna help me out and do all this, regardless of the fact of what went on in the past. He was gonna be there.
And I gave her my word.
For me and my first son. I have 2 kids.
And due to the fact of what she was going through, I gave her my word as a man. And due to the fact that the situation with me and my father, I said, man, I'm gonna be here regardless of what me and you got going on. I'm finna be here for this child due to the fact I didn't have
But is he here? Have he been here? He haven't been here.
And here's how Mr. Ham starts developing doubts.
That this is not my child. When the child was 4 weeks old, she told this in front of my mother.
I never did that.
And the second time, when we was arguing in front of her mother's house.
I said to you out of anger. Out of anger, yes, your Honor, I did say that twice.
And then the second time,
we argued, he make me mad. I'm like, you don't.
All right, one at a time. I want to understand this. So you're saying, Mr. Ham, that in front of your family members, she says
I did not
that I was not the father of that child.
I said it to him in an argument.
It was getting heated, and it's to the point she was like, you know what? I'm just be honest. This ain't even your child, so you ain't got to worry about being here in this child. You ain't got to worry about doing it.
I didn't say it like that.
So I said,
I didn't say it like that.
That's when I completely snapped, because at the same time, I'm in a 50 situation. Yeah, I want to be happy, but at the same time, I don't want to have nothing to do with it just because what she put me through.
This confession from Miss Davis adds to Mr. Ham's doubt.
We had sex, the first time we had sex was the second day we met, and we was having sex on and on every day.
And then but you were also having sex with your boyfriend during that time.
And her
I
other
stopped in
boyfriend.
July. He broke up with me in July.
So now you say Jarrell was born early.
He was born in May. I conceived him at the end of August. And I was not.
And that was earlier than anticipated?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
And so that is what adds to your doubt.
That put red lights, red beams, everything off in my head. I was in a 50-50 situation. Like, yeah, this could be man, but at the same time, it's too early.
So you felt like when Jarrell was born, the date he was born was too early for the window of time that you were sleeping with her.
Yeah, she was spending time with me, but at the same time she was spending time with somebody else during the same time she was spending with me. So I can't sit up and say, yeah, I'm 100% sure that this is my baby.
And there's the baby shower incident, which adds to why Miss Davis is suing for money.
So you say you showed up to the baby shower because they said they really wanted you to be there.
Yes. And they said they go control his mouth.
Everybody, they said they were going to control his mouth. Well, that's a job.
He don't talk to me, and I don't
I'm
talk to him.
trying to do that right now. you showed up, people brought gifts for the baby, but then when you left, they kept the gift.
I didn't get nothing. The only thing I got, Your Honor, was
And it's
five,
a reason.
Okay, can I talk? The only thing I got was 5 gift cards and a check for $45.
And the basis of your suit is that he took all of the things that were given to the baby
yes, Your
at
Honor.
the shower.
And I have a list of all the stuff that I
I'd
didn't
like
get.
to see that list. Please, Jerome, please hand that to me.
Yep.
So what types of items are outlined in this list, Ms.
Baby
Bates?
shower, the stroller, car seat, clothes, shoes,
But Your Honor,
diapers, milk.
It's a
Bibs.
reason
And
why
I
we
didn't
don't
get
know.
nothing.
So these are the gifts that
It's
were
more on the
presented that
side.
day?
Yes, Your Honor.
And even more than that?
Yes.
Yes.
And here comes the does the baby resemble you drama.
Do you feel like the baby resembles you?
No, I do not.
You don't.
No, I do not. It's quite a few guys who I might think about, because all the guys she messed with is light skinned, except this one guy, he's dark skinned. And like I said, the baby is light skinned. So the dark skinned guy, he out the picture, but at the same time, she was still messing with him during the same time she was messing with me. So it's kind of hard to put him out the picture too. And then see, the baby's starting to get darker too. Because he was so light when he first came out, they had to put him on light.
Mr. Ham, you better go on ahead and present some evidence.
What do you mean?
Bottom line, because that entire testimony that you just gave about the color of the baby and he's browning up,
I'm
and
just saying, like,
you do understand that children are born in various colors, shades. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Especially as African Americans, you
But the
understand.
baby also gonna look like one of the parents. That baby don't look like her and it don't look like me. So
Okay.
it must look like the father.
At the end of the day, the DNA test result reveals
Mr. Ham, you are Jarrell's father.
and the story just keeps getting weirder.
I didn't know that he signed it. I was in a recovery room. When I woke up, he told me he signed the birth certificate, named the baby, everything. I didn't know nothing about it until I woke up in a recovery room.
Yeah.
So the baby was named and the birth certificate was signed when you
woke up from
Your Honor,
the C-section,
that's
Your
not
Honor.
true at all.
It is true, Your
not
Honor.
You all had never discussed the
true.
name?
No.
So bottom line is, when you got out of recovery, the birth certificate was signed
Yes.
and the baby had a name.
Yes.
And here's the birth certificate saga that led to the paternity case.
Told my mom that she had the baby, and she told me not to sign the birth certificate. And you know, like I said, I felt that it was mine at the moment, that time and moment, because of the connection that we had. So I did sign the birth certificate. I mean, I have the documents right here with me.
I'd like to see that, sir.
All right.
Jerome, will you hand them to me, please? So your mother said, do not sign this. She said, do not.
Yes.
But you signed it anyway.
Correct.
So this is here where you acknowledged paternity, Ernest Lee Jacobs, even though your mother told you don't do it.
Correct. And then.
So your name is on this birth certificate, and you're in this courtroom trying to prove that Samar is your biological child.
Right.
Your Honor.
Mr. Cooper, who is another man in the picture during the conception time, tells the court he isn't the father and hints at more potential fathers.
No, Your Honor, not at all. Not at all. Because Miss Carr, she was real promiscuous. She was out there. She had a crazy reputation.
Did she tell you you were the father, or did she tell you Mr. Jacobs was the father?
Man, she was trying to hint that I was the father, but I wasn't hearing it. I shut it all down. And then next thing you know, she fell back. And I seen her again after she had the baby. So the whole pregnancy, I
So
ain't
when
seen-
you said she was trying to hint, what was the hint?
She was just like, I'm pregnant, and you know, like she was getting a little bigger, but I'm like, man, that ain't mine. You doing whatever you do. Like you come over here at night and leave in the morning, so.
But that's how you make babies.
Yeah, but she was doing her.
And then some more revelations from Mr. Cooper.
He big, I'm real skinny. He was big ever since he came out.
Your Honor, that's because my baby eats. That's why he's so big.
I don't know. When she first had him, he was a little big. I always been skinny. And then I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Have you spent any time with Samar?
No, ma'am. I mean,
Have
when he
you
was
bought
first-
anything for the child?
Yes, ma'am. I bought diapers and wipes before.
You have?
Yes, ma'am.
And formula.
And why were you providing for a baby you definitively said was not yours?
Because she first had him and I didn't know. I just wanted to see him, and she asked me to get the baby some diapers. So I'm like, yeah, why not? You know, I got the money and she needed, so yeah, I'm gonna help her.
So you were helping her But not necessarily saying,
This my son.
this
No.
is my son.
No.
So did you know that she also had Mr. Jacobs in the picture and that he had signed the birth certificate and was paying child support?
Yes, I found that out after she had the baby.
The bottom line is the DNA test result reveals this, and Miss Call confesses what had been suspected all along.
Mr. Cooper, you are not the father.
I knew it.
Mr. Jacobs, you are not the father.
What the? Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Calm down.
Whoa.
Review that. You say what?
Miss
Slow
Cole,
down.
you don't seem that surprised. I'm sat this bench long enough to know a real reaction. You're not surprised.
There's a couple more people.
A couple more people.
Yo, what?
Told you. I was lying.
Okay.
Mr. Moore asserts he has no contact with his supposed child because he wants this.
Extremely. There's no contact. I made sure that it wasn't going to be any contact till I found out for certain that was my daughter.
All right.
Miss Matthews explains to the court why she hid her pregnancy from Mr. Moore. However, Mr. Moore reacts this way.
I didn't tell him I was pregnant because it was something I went to the doctor in Alabama and they didn't tell me, they didn't know if my baby was gonna be alive or dead. So I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't tell some of my family members either because I didn't know what I was going to do.
So you
it
were
did
having
take me-
issues
yeah,
and complications
with
in
my
the pregnancy.
yes.
We can stop playing victim though.
So I didn't show you the papers?
I got these papers.
Papers of what?
Her
Your
uploading
Honor?
pictures with the guy who was presumably, he could be the dad.
And here comes the drama.
Why
You
did I
know,
post the picture?
why did-
Because what picture did you post that made me do that on Throwback Thursday, Your Honor?
Jerome, let me see that.
Man.
What picture did you post? And the reason I did bust the window out is because I was calling his phone
Fanique,
about this picture.
this is
calling
a
his
window,
phone,
so it's okay to bust a
calling his
window out.
phone, and they're answering the phone, hanging up, playing, oh, B word, you're mad, woo-doo-woo. So yes, I was
Why are you
pregnant and I
lying?
went
Your
to
Honor,
his house.
Your Honor, exhibit number
and
2.
It was a brick by the tire and I broke your back window.
Okay.
Miss Matthews reveals more to the story.
He came to my job, bust a window. He had to get escorted by Cleveland police. He almost got me fired. I was suspended for 3 weeks with no pay with your child, and you didn't help and do nothing.
Your Honor, she left out the part about her being with her ex though.
Mr. Moore's niece, Miss Thomas, testifies in court that Miss Matthews was seeing other guys around the time her uncle was seeing her.
When he told me he started dating her and she was pregnant, I just started laughing because, like, you don't know how many other dudes she done told this to before. Like, this is a rumor around the hood. She gets around.
But what
What
about
do you,
your
what do you
back
mean?
page?
What do you mean? She
My
told
back page,
other.
You
let's
gets
not play
around,
crazy.
honey. Come
Let's
on
not
now.
play
Come
crazy. The
on.
whole 117th
You
know
gets
you.
around,
Let's
baby.
not play
What about
crazy.
the back page?
So hold
That's
on,
what
Miss
I want.
Go take care of your daughter. That's what you need to
Ladies.
do. Go take care of your daughter. That's what you need to do.
Ladies, I'm trying to understand when you said.
I'm saying she's just known around the neighborhood for lying and saying
Your
she's
Honor, I've
pregnant.
never been pregnant before,
previous
except
time
for my
before.
daughter.
saying that she was pregnant previous times.
Yeah, by different dudes.
Do you have any proof? Not just
Yes.
known around
Yes.
the neighborhood.
Yes. The day after prom.
No,
I
we
was
said
at-
proof, not verbal.
The day after prom, I seen her with some dude that looks exactly like my uncle. And I seen her previous times in the neighborhood with this dude that looks exactly like my uncle. So I called my uncle up and I'm like, Mrs. Matthews is here with some dude that looks just like you that I told you last time I seen her with.
Miss Thomas goes on to drop a huge shocker, and Miss Matthews refutes the accusation with this.
Ain't she lovely?
She called 3 different other
That's
guys
'cause of
in the
me.
hood,
That's
daddy.
'cause of me.
What did you just say?
She calls 3 other dudes in the neighborhood that we live in, daddy. It's not
Zanaya.
my uncle. Yes. It's
Three-
not-
wait.
No, Your Honor.
Zanaya calls 3
No.
other men
3 other
daddy.
man's daddy.
That just sounds ridiculous.
Wait, Miss
you're ridiculous.
Matthews.
What do you
Hold on, Miss Matthews.
Don't worry.
Is that true? Does
No, Your
Zanaya
Honor,
call
no.
anyone else
The
daddy?
only person she called daddy is her 2 papas. That me granddaddy, Your Honor.
Oh.
No, my daughter did not call anybody else daddy.
Does she call Mr.
She don't
Moore
even call
daddy?
him daddy, no.
Miss Matthews and Mr. Moore tell the courts their expectations.
I know. She do got love for her daughter. I'm not trying to say she's a bad parent. I'm here for one thing and one thing only. I need to find out if I'm her father. You know?
Miss Matthews,
Because
is
if
there
not-
any reason Mr. Moore would have to doubt? I mean, truthfully, is
No.
there any reason?
No, I go to work 7 days a week. I don't have no breaks. I gotta pay for a babysitter every time I go to work. I don't never have no me time. And for them to be saying all that stuff, my daughter be dirty, all that, that's impossible. Cause I'll walk around with knees and rags on my
Your
body
Honor.
before my daughter look a mess.
Your Honor, I'm 23 years old. I don't have any other children. I don't have any prior records. I don't have anything. I got my whole life ahead of me. So if I can bring that beautiful little girl with me on this journey, that's what I'm gonna do. But if not, I'm gonna keep it moving, no matter what the outcome
Well,
is.
you
today.
need to
You know
be
what
a
I'm saying?
man and come up and say your mistakes. Like, you know, all you do is party and drink.
That's
you know
all
that's
you
all
do.
you do.
Okay.
And if I party and drink all day, then how do I get up and go to work every day?
Judge Lauren gives her own perspective of the case and chastises both parties.
This baby, she's 3.
Right.
She's not 3 weeks. She's 3 years old. Meaning, this is the time when she can ask questions like, where's my daddy? And so as you all go back and forth with all this silliness and back talk, and then I just keep turning around looking at this beautiful little girl saying, it's got to be better than this. You all have got to talk better to one another. You all have to be more respectful. And you're definitely not gonna come in this courtroom just clowning for absolutely no reason. What we're trying to understand is why Mr. Moore has a reason to doubt. So, Mr. Moore, now, do you have any specific idea about who the other potential fathers could be?
Yeah, the guy that was on that picture.
I know you was gonna say that.
And finally, the DNA test result reveals this, and the case wraps up here.
Mr. Moore, you are not her father.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. I'm done. It's over with.
I told you. I mean, I'm not shocked.
I got my whole life ahead of me. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I wish you the best.
My baby gonna be fine. I'll take care of my baby by
I
myself.
wish you the best.
So, Ms. Matthews, I asked you several times if there could be another potential father,
No,
and you
I
said
did not.
no. Whether you're willing to admit it in open court today, something in me is telling me that you know who this person is, and maybe when you get in the quiet of your own space, you'll be able to say, now, self, we done took this all the way to Lauren Lake's paternity court and got up in here, and Mr. Moore is not the biological father.